Casual podcast presented by OrthoVirginia.
Yes.
Man, we got a fully loaded show for you today. We have some men's and women's track athletes going to nationals. We'll wrap up the Liberty baseball season. Matt Warner is fired up about talking about the ejection.
A lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of controversy surrounding Sunday's games.
A lot of controversy, a lot.
A lot. Let me tell you about it. Ben Shughart is in the house to talk about his injury and his javelin throw.
Benny Shugs.
Really cool interview from him. We'll also talk to Dr. Landy. He's going to give you the ins and outs of my hip replacement surgery, followed by my knee replacement.
You weren't a part of that, Joe.
We did that
without you.
What are you talking about?
We had one of the OrthoVirginia surgeons on.
Really?
Yeah.
On the.
We
gotcha.
we pre-taped.
We pre-taped it, and we didn't call you for that one.
Yeah,
I bet it was electric.
We figured you were probably busy.
So
It was actually pretty interesting.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'm going to just throw this out there. We might have a new fan of the show. He seemed, we got to send him a mug.
Send him a mug.
We got to send him a mug.
Who's this guy?
Dr. Landy.
Landy.
Dr. Landy? He's a hip and knee guy?
Hip and knee guy.
It's always good to have a good
was
hip
just
and knee
throwing
guy.
her leg up on the table, like trying to get him to diagnose her injuries.
I'm like, it doesn't hurt right here or right here.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah. He's like, well, I mean, I don't know if we can run this through insurance.
Did you happen to bring your cortisone with you?
It was a Zoom. It was a Zoom.
I would have definitely asked if not. All right, well, let's start with a lot going on. Let's start with Liberty baseball. Yes. First time going to regional since 2022. Yeah. So that was an accomplishment in itself. They finished regional play tying a or a program record, 43 wins.
Yeah.
I was
That's a lot of wins.
That is a lot.
It's a lot of wins.
Yeah. You all know me and how I feel about baseball, but I am so proud of this team. Yeah. And just the journey that this program went through and the comebacks all season long. But 43 wins, that's a lot of victories.
They brought the program back.
Yeah.
This group, they brought baseball back here. We remember how good they were for a stretch, 4, 5, 6, I guess 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it's been a while. You said 2022. We were talking this past week. It's man, that's kind of a long time.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy for all that Liberty, we talk about this routinely, all that Liberty has to offer and all the facilities and stuff. That's a pretty good drought there. Yeah. And they got back. And these guys, and we've talked about it throughout the year, so many of these guys came back for this sole reason. Mm-hmm. I want to take Liberty there. Ben Blair, he had the quote this week, I grew up watching Liberty go to regionals. I wanted to get us back there.
Right.
And not only did they do that, but then to see him pitch a great game in the opener and the win over BC, to see Tanner Marsh do what he did, it was just really, really cool to see them put this program back on the map, back honestly where it needs to be and where they belong.
Right, and you figured Bradley LaCroix could do that because of his track record and what he did at VCU. But let's face it. I mean, it was a disappointing season last year, but it just proves to you, Flames Nation and just fans in general, you got to give these coaches time and getting their roster together. Yes, he brought in some of his guys last year, but being acclimated into this university and just all the ins and outs of Liberty, and look what he was able to do so quickly. It just is really exciting for the future of the.
And you know what's incredible about baseball is that Georgia, right, was the number 3
national seed.
Number 3 national seed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they're having to scrap and claw against the Flames. So, point being that, boy, you've taken it to from last year to this year, 43 wins, and the margin isn't oh my goodness, we're still got to go here. It's you're taking a national number 3 seed in baseball, and you're giving them everything they got.
Well, and I saw somebody say, because UCLA was the number 1 overall seed, they got beat. They didn't even make it to their own regional that he hosted. Somebody said college baseball is kind of your last true Cinderellas still exist.
Where you have a shot,
true.
Because
you
you
legit
see
shot.
How it's gone in basketball in recent years.
Yeah.
Obviously, the football we've talked about a lot over the years.
That is so true.
In baseball, you still have an opportunity.
Sure.
I think it's Milwaukee who today will play Auburn, and I think it's the winner-take-all game. They could win it. That started the year 5-22.
Yeah.
But they came back, they won their conference tournament.
And now they're
on a win away from going to a super. Like, it can still happen in this sport.
Not to take away from the Flames right now, but we can get back to that, but didn't Jack State take out Virginia?
Well, they did, and then they ended up falling to, I think it was Little Rock. So they didn't win.
Oh, so they didn't advance. I saw that on the ticker last year.
Yeah. So they had a great regional as well. So
I didn't see how Missouri State did.
Not good.
Not good.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, the Flames.
You want the conference
there
to do well
for sure
at this next level. So it just proves like the strength of the conference.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what a season it was for the Flames. Cooper Harrington on the mound in that game. It was just, you have these players that when you're in these big moments, somebody needs to step up with the bat or the arm. And it's just like that guy in that game was Cooper Harrington. Were you surprised by his effort?
Cooper Harrington does not lack confidence.
He started with the Flame Central Gingerbread House.
Right. People forget that early on, before he ever threw a pitch, he was on the Gingerbread House building competition at Christmas time on Flame Central.
That's important.
As a
Performed
freshman.
quite well.
That's lot of pressure as a freshman.
And it was at that moment I thought, this kid's got something.
Yeah, he's got moxie.
He's got a little moxie.
He's got a little
something to him.
Yeah.
There's a little something
You
to him.
saw the way those jelly beans were being placed, and you're like, oh, he played.
Yeah.
I
Steady
can see
hand.
that. Steady hand.
Yeah.
But
no, I want to say this. So here's his line. First off, he hadn't started since, I should go back and look, early in the year, right? He had been a midweek starter early, and the bullpen wasn't so good early, so they moved him to closer, and he was electric there. Mm-hmm. But he goes 6 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, no walks. The only 2 mistakes basically he made in the entire game was he hit the 9-hole hitter, and the very next batter gave up the 2-run home run.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's not bad. It happens.
Like, I'm going to say this, and it sounds, maybe it's like, recency bias, but the more I think about it, the more I think it's true. I think Cooper Harrington had one of the greatest postseason performances of any sport in Liberty history.
Wow, what a statement.
Think about this. 6 1/3 innings against one of the best offenses in the country.
leading the nation.
Held them down. Leading the nation in home runs. Held them down at 6 1/3. He was in total control. Now, will people remember this 20 years from now? Well, no, you don't remember. You don't remember the losses. You just don't.
Matt Warner will.
I will, but that's just the way. Like, it doesn't work that way. People don't remember it as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's incredible. Yeah.
Like, people will always remember Kalen Yoder striking out the Texas A&M girl forever because it was part of a win. So it won't be remembered in the same way. But I legitimately think this is one of the best postseason performances we have ever seen, given the stakes, given the opponent, given the environment, giving all of that.
Put it all on the table.
Given that, like, you had to have something like this to give yourself a shot. And he was
delivered.
Filthy.
Just to go dive deeper into those numbers that matter, I heard on the broadcast, Georgia averaged 10 runs a game at home. And granted, they finished winning the game 6-1. But like, as you're listening to that and it's a 2-1 ball game, it's like, holy smokes! Like, what Liberty's pitching is able to hold them
and to make it even more impressive, like, just compared to what happened, how Georgia fared against the rest of the Liberty bullpen after that.
Yeah.
Like that just, again, shows you like how good he was. But they averaged more than 9 runs a game. And Liberty held them to 6 in each of the 2 contests. Like, I'll tell you right now, Georgia is moving on to host Mississippi State in the Supers. Mississippi State would sign up for holding Georgia to 6 a game right now. Right now they would take that. Liberty did it twice.
Do you think when he was on the mound in the pressure moments that he thought to himself, it's placement. It's just like placing a jelly bean on a gingerbread house.
Just jelly bean on a
jelly bean on a gingerbread house. Placement.
I like to think he draws back on that experience.
Oh my gosh.
But
we really do know how to always bring it back.
The heatest of moments.
Well, and Bradley LaCroix said after the game, he's like, he was cramping the entire game. He goes, he was sucking down mustard packets. He was drinking pickle juice. He said literally they were doing anything and everything in between innings because he was just cramping up, and he continued to battle and pitch well. And it was great. It was a great. I mean, just what my only thought, and this is the disappointing part about the era we're in. My only thought as we're getting deeper into this game is like,
he's gone.
Oh boy, his phone's gonna be ringing. You know, you know what I mean. So hey, but listen, assuming he stays here,
I will listen. I got this, Bradley LaCroix.
I hate that. You know what I was thinking?
Hold on.
What I was thinking the whole time was, I was thinking, this is an Emily thing to do. Like, he's having the outing of his life. This is a great moment, and I'm like, oh, boy. I don't know if we can get – are we going to be able to keep him? Like, that's an Emily thing.
I know
Debbie
how to secure
Downer?
him.
Yeah.
I know how to secure him.
Go.
Cooper, I am guaranteeing you a spot in the 2026 Liberty Flames Gingerbread House competition. If you stay.
They lost that year. Chance to, they were
you
kind
have
of
a chance.
They were a little salty about it.
Yeah, redemption
They
year.
thought they should have won.
Their house
but
is
you know
still
what?
standing.
Just
You
on
can-
that topic though, not the gingerbread thing, but like his career here, you can look at just this year, because he will be one of the frontline starters for Liberty next year.
Yeah.
This year, and you can look at the guy just sitting next to you there, and Ben Blair, and say you can do whatever. You can pitch here and go wherever you want.
Wherever you want.
Right.
So like baseball is still like
Yeah.
you can still do that, and hopefully he sticks around. And he's seen the success that guys had that stayed here.
Yeah.
Because like that would be incredible to throw him out there on Friday nights next year.
Yeah, man.
You know what I really
Come on, Cooper. It's
Okay,
time.
we don't need to know.
All right,
We don't
you
need
know
to
what
I
I
wasn't
really
even going there,
You
Matt.
know what I really
that?
liked is when Tanner, the guy tried to swan at him.
Oh yeah, took
on
him
the
out in the
double play,
BC game. Yeah,
took him out in the BC play, and he immediately got up, and it was like, you're not doing that in my house.
Yeah.
This may be Georgia,
No,
but right
Tanner
now
Marsh
this is
isn't gonna
you're
take
not
a
playing. And then they got John with each other a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like to know what happened in that conversation.
Well,
No, not in my house. Yeah. You ain't coming in my house. The guy said, this ain't your house. You know, right now it is.
Yeah.
Right now this is
the
my
way that
house.
conversation went.
That's what went down. So you're going to step off.
Yeah.
I've read, I'm a lip reader.
Yeah.
I read it all, everything.
he had an incredible play in the Georgia game with that barehander as well.
He did.
So,
Tanner Marsh, yeah.
he's-
Great. What a
he's
career.
legit.
What a career. It's going to be fun watching he, Ben Blair, whoever else gets drafted
Where they end up.
here in a month or so, a little over a month. Yeah, it'll be fun watching them.
And you'll know that we'll be right there along, following them with their pro journey on Flame Central. So be sure to be up to date with that. Okay, we have to talk about some controversy in that
The
Georgia game, the 2-run shot that Matt just mentioned that Cooper gave up.
So Trey Phelps hits the 2-run blast.
Phelps hits the home run, and then he is like jarring at the Liberty dugout after the game.
Wasn't jarring at the Liberty dugout. He was
Yes.
waving to his parents.
No, okay.
Joe's listening to the Georgia propaganda.
Yeah, Joe's a Bulldog fan
No, I'm
because
not.
his
No, I'm
daughter
not.
pole vaulted there
No, I'm not.
15 years ago. But no, I have a feeling he ended up getting ejected. If you did not see, I think he said something in very poor taste to be ejected, and that maybe the home plate umpire heard.
Are you assuming that?
I am assuming that.
Okay.
Because do you think somebody should get ejected for just like talking smack
So,
in the dugout?
so here I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to say about this.
man.
But here's
Let Warner set the table.
here's the first thing about that. Yes, the Georgia folks,
So
the Georgia people say,
Explain to folks,
Okay.
for sure who didn't see it, what
yeah,
happened.
2-run
first.
jack. He's going down.
Georgia
Liberty's in the
guy.
first base dugout. Georgia guy Trey Phelps hits the bomb. Is going down. He turns and squares himself to the Liberty dugout.
Yeah.
As he's
Says
shuffling.
hello to his parents.
The Georgia folks say, no. His parents sit right above the visitors' dugout, and he was waving to them.
Oh,
well, I
give
don't,
me a
I
break.
don't know.
Give me a
First
break.
off, even if that's true,
Rewind the tape. I
hold on.
want to see the
Even
stands.
if that's true, are the umpires? Are they supposed to know where your parents sit?
Yeah.
Like how are they supposed to make a determination on that? If you're looking and they're sitting 3 feet above Bradley LaCroix in that Liberty bench, and he's doing this at him and saying something, they're supposed to be like, oh wait, where are his parents? No, you see him looking at the dugout. Like, how are you supposed to
there's
differentiate
Mr. and
that?
Mrs. Phelps.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's good. And it wasn't like a wave. He was doing this right here.
Come on.
I don't know what he said.
Come on.
No one apparently knows what he said. But then he made his way around the dugout, and you could see even like
Immediately.
Easton Swafford at second base. You
Immediately.
could read his
He
lips.
was like,
he
"What?
goes,
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is fine. You hit your home run, but like,
Yeah.
why are you yelling at our bench? Like, what is that about?
Just run the bases.
Yeah, it's run the
There's
bases.
a couple guys in Liberty that
but
were like, what
the
are you doing?
umpire that tossed him, sometimes when you hear that in baseball, you hear the phrase like, oh, it's an ump show. Like, it's a guy who like thinks he's bigger than the game, thinks he's the center of attention. And we've all seen the big ejections where the umpire like crow hops into it.
Yeah.
Get at this ump.
was not.
It was the equivalent of when your parent says, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
Go to your room.
he gave him one of these, and then the coach comes out, Wes Johnson is losing, and it was the same thing. The umpire's like, man, come on. Like, you're making me do this. Like, get out.
Right.
So, like, it wasn't, for me,
this big show.
the typical, like, if there's a controversial ejection, oh, is this guy trying to turn this into some big, like, he didn't act that way. The whole play umpire didn't.
I agree.
But here's the issue. We see this a lot in baseball. And I don't have a problem with celebrating and stuff, like, but keep it to your.
You got a mouse in your pocket.
Keep it to your team. Keep it to your team. Keep it with your guys. Like, fine, celebrate the moment. It's a huge moment. Like, I have no problem with you celebrating with your guys.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with baseball now. In the old days, you didn't see this because it was policed in the game. Like, if you
now
did
we're
that,
going old
nobody's
school.
bat flipping Nolan Ryan
Now,
and like doing their 18-step handshake at home plate, doing all this.
Throwing money into the
Because the next time they
stands.
come up, it's 98 in the ribs.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that now.
Yeah.
You can't police it now. So you get this stuff that's so out of control that now the umpire's like, oh, do I have to do something? And the other thing is, baseball's different. If you taunt in football, you get a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
If you taunt in basketball, you get a technical foul. There's no equivalent penalty you can give in baseball.
You get tossed.
You can't.
That is such a
you
good
can't
point.
go, oh, well, okay, we're gonna deduct a run. Like, there's no penalty. Like, you can warn them. That does nothing. That's not equivalent to what it is in another sport.
That's right.
So, like, there is no in between. It's either you're gone or it's basically no penalty at all. So that's how baseball is different as well.
But wait,
That's
why,
a really good point.
why
I never
can't
thought about
you?
that.
Why can't you still take 198 in the ribs?
Well, I mean,
I like 98 in the
I
ribs.
do too, and it's all. I
Give
don't
me
play
98
safety,
in the
whatever.
ribs.
But like, okay, so
I agree,
let's
too.
go back to the game that you just talked about.
Ben Shughart would still throw.
The BC game,
would throw.
where Tanner Marsh and their shortstop Solier, they go at it a little bit. What happens? The very next inning, for I don't know why it happened when it did. The umpires stopped the game, and they announced, warning to each team.
Yeah.
If anything happens, immediate ejection.
Yeah, we don't want any shenanigans.
So then there is no policing at that point, right? Because that's the way it goes. They always warn both teams. Even if you didn't start it, you're warned, and you're going to pay the penalty if you do police it. So, like, I get why they don't anymore. But, like, that's why it gets taken to these levels. Whether you believe it was warranted or not, that's up to you. But the umpires are, like, in a spot where it's like, we don't have anything else we can do. If we think it crosses the line, this is basically our only recourse. And now, you're Trey Phelps. You're suspended for game 1 of your super regional. Was it worth it? Like, you went up to the line. You put yourself in that position to make a decision for the umpires. Like, do we have to toss this guy or not? You went up to that line and you put yourself in that spot, and now, you hurt your team because of it.
And I'm obviously, like, it was the 6th inning, I think. It was the 6th inning. You're thinking on the bright side here, but, like, what if the Flames came back then and you get ejected and the Flames come back and you look even more stupid?
Yeah, right.
Because,
Well,
it's not like it was a grand slam where it put you up or it was like a
there's
walk-off.
a lot of game to play.
There's a lot of game to play.
Yeah.
Wait, did they ever
So
get?
it's just a weird move.
They asked Bradley Croy in the post-game press
Yeah.
conference.
Yes.
And he was protecting his players, he said.
But did he say that about anything? Like he said something.
He
to
said
the
they
bench?
couldn't hear what he said because the stadium was so loud, but that he was saying something in his dugout. Here's the other thing. Then Bradley LaCroix, and I feel bad for him because, like, basically he gets turned into a clickbait soundbite by all these Georgia people of him, like, being like they're trying to, like, well, but what'd he say? Well, but what'd he say?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what he said. Like, the place is going bananas,
Yeah,
but he's
couldn't hear
looking
it.
at us, yelling at
Yeah.
us. So, like, he's obviously saying something. And again, if Bradley LaCroix he didn't toss the guy.
And
Like,
he said
right.
that.
Like, why
He's
are they
like,
going
"It's
at?
not
They're going
my-"
at him like he made. He's like, I didn't make the decision. Like, he did it. He put this in the umpire's hands. But it does, I guess, when you're Georgia, help when you bring in a guy off the bench who has 17 jacks too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean-
it's not like
And
like
then he
they're
comes
so
and hits
loaded,
one.
and then comes in and hits one. So
I
so
mean,
I'm
that
sure they'll
thing
be
is
just
still
fine. But,
in the air,
yeah,
I think.
I'm sure they'll be
that
just
thing
fine.
was.
But I mean, wow! Like, this was such a huge deal last night. Like, this morning, I'm listening to Kansas City Sports Talk in the morning just to kind of keep up on stuff. I love doing that. And they were talking about it.
Were they really?
Like,
Were they
this,
really?
Oh yeah, they were like, did you see the Georgia Liberty game? Did you see that ejection? Like, this was huge. But yeah, there's a way to have all of this excitement and all of this celebration and all of that without having to put yourself in this position. That's all I'm saying.
That celebration was way over the top. I mean, I like it. And once again, I'm all for with
this
your
is
guys
coming from a
and
man who had a dance named after him, the Yaka Motion, and he's saying it's over the top.
When I say it's over the top,
Yes.
I mean, when your phrase is, what are you going to do when the Yaka Motion runs wild on you?
Yes.
Right? And then I'm calling this guy for being over the top,
Oh my
then
gosh.
it was over the
was over
top.
the top.
Thank you.
It was over the top.
Big picture, though, like we said, great season for the Flames. I think,
Unbelievable season.
Matt, I'm curious of what's a moment that you'll remember from this Liberty baseball season. I don't have a specific moment, but I think just for me, just reviving this program has been really cool to see. And when you talk to the different players and Coach LaCroix, just the belief that they had in each other, I hope that continues. And just you saw that through so many comeback victories. But I think that's what I'll remember is just the chemistry between this group.
Yeah, I think that's more or less maybe. I mean, there were a few great moments. A late home run against New Mexico State from Nick Barone was one that comes to mind. But I think it's just the comebacks, just the Western Kentucky being down 5 in the 9th, coming back to win. Just that.
The Boston College first game.
Right. They never thought they were out of it. There was not a game, no matter the score, where they didn't think we can come back. So yeah, I think that for me, just that kind of belief and that kind of attitude that we're always in this. And we talked to Nick Barone about last week. They kept saying we want to be the toughest team. Yeah. We want to be the toughest team, and they showed that throughout the year that they were a tough group. And gonna be a completely different roster next year. Yeah,
so
you lose a lot of key parts from this, but
I feel like coming off of regional, though, it's going to be it's never easy. I could never be a coach.
You could see why people would want to be a part of what's going on.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just when you talk to literally every single player of how LaCroix is a player's coach, I think there are a lot of guys who would enjoy and want to play for Coach LaCroix. So that's exciting too. So excited to see how they reload. I mean, between basketball and baseball, so many new faces to learn.
And the last thing that I'll say on this is you started to see it a little bit. I hope now, and watching these games around the country, the Liberty fan base gets all in on this team too. Because you look at some of those environments, college baseball is a blast.
Yeah.
When it's packed and it's rocking, and you hope that this Liberty fan base can get back to that as well.
Right.
Because packing that place out, if Liberty ever got to host a regional, think about that. If you ever got to host a regional, what that would be like.
Yeah.
I hope this fan base can go all in on this program as well. Because after a season like this, they've earned that. So hopefully everybody else gets on the same page too, because it would be great to have just a rockin' home environment.
How much fun would it be to make a super regional?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. Has Liberty ever made a super?
No.
Well, Matt Warner, big baseball guy, but we want
fun.
Flames Nation to jump on too. Because
Good season, boys.
This is a really cool program. Congratulations on a great season, Coach LaCroix and all the guys. 43 wins, tying the program record. All right, let's transition to track. There were, I believe, 18 athletes who went to the East Region round in Kentucky, and 6 will be advancing to regionals. So
what was the over/under for last year?
I said
what was the over/under?
I said it at 6, and then I said that's probably too high, and you don't want to do it on a one number, whole number. So I backed it off to 4.5. Emily was over on both those numbers, so I think I will credit Emily with it.
Thank you.
It's about time she won something.
And you win a new mug.
Yeah.
No, so 6 athletes going to nationals. Marcus White in the long jump. Katrina Schlinker.
Yep.
I think she was 44th, ranked. And she
Katrina.
is now going in the steeplechase. So congratulations to her.
We're
She's a really cool
school.
Oh yeah, total steeplechase school. Christian Hicks in the men's discus.
Yes.
Allie Zeeland.
Yes.
Guess what she's going in?
Oh, the mile.
Yes, the 1500, almost a mile. Jill Wadrago is going in the triple jump, and Ben Shughart, we'll talk to him in just a moment, is going in the men's javelin. So 6 athletes going to nationals.
I want to know, we need Paul here now. I want to know where Allie's ranked. She's got to be right there in the
I have not looked at that yet. I don't know if those.
she's got to be in the top.
We can have that.
6,
we'll find
7.
that for next week because we've got some time.
It's interesting how that all shakes out. I know it's time wise, but I don't know because there's different heats.
I want to watch this track deal.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, the 1500.
I want to watch this track deal. That's fun. That's fun
all
to
televised,
watch. It's all televised.
Yeah, we're going to get
You got to figure it out, though, because it's all the events and different cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Paul Carmody was telling us the field events start Wednesday, June 10th. So we have plenty of time. We're going to get all of it together and show you all those details on the Flame Central show this upcoming Thursday. But you have a week to prepare. There's like specific ESPN Plus streams for the men's javelin and all that. And then Thursday is when the running events start on ESPN2. That's when Allie and Katrina will be going. Congratulations to Coach Lance Bingham, also a very big friend and fan of the Flame Central podcast. He is your COSA Coach of the Year for both the men's and women's side.
He's got him peaking at the right time. That's what Bingham does.
That's what
Lance
Bingham
the Peak Bingham. He gets him peaking just at the right time to put up the big numbers when it counts. That's why he's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best.
In the meantime, let's go to this conversation with Ben Shughart. We're on a trend lately of first-time guests on the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. Ben Shughart of men's javelin is going to nationals.
Again.
Love it.
Again, going back. You have such an incredible story that we'll dive into. We just did a Flame Central piece on you, so if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. But you didn't waste much time. You know, like one of the parts of your stories is your injury. So you're like, let me just go out there, first attempt, send me to nationals. I don't want to ruin my arm any more than it already is. One throw.
Did you know, like, as soon as you let it go and you saw it, you like,
it's still going.
It's still going. Were you like, all right, that like, did you know right away?
Yeah, I saw it leave my hand. It was like flying
let's pray.
smooth. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is just hitting a clean release, and saw it come out of my hand. I was like, all right, we're done here.
There we go.
That's crazy. So again, just like quick, UCL tear.
Yep.
So you're doing this with a brace on.
Yep.
And like, I guess that's the best case scenario then for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to have to extend too much energy here. The one throw, was that kind of the plan all along? Like, hey, if we can just uncork a good one here, we can shut it down.
I mean, that was exactly it. Like going into the last flight, there's only 12 guys left. Best mark was like 68 something. So it's like if I beat that mark, I'm in.
Yeah.
So first throw, saw it land past the 70-meter line. Like, all right, we're done.
Give me something hard because this is too easy.
In that situation, do you kind of like go back to like, coach or anything and be like, listen, if there's anything else I can do to help around here. Like, I know, you brought me all this way. I only did the one throw. I feel like I could do more. Like, do you feel like I should help out now or chip in a little bit?
Kind of. It's like take my spikes off and sit down. It's like, okay.
Go pick biscuits. Go pick some biscuits up for the team.
Honestly,
something. Like, does anybody need coffee or
Ben, like I said, we did the feature, so I know a little bit about your backstory, but I want to know, like, why the javelin? Like, when did you first pick one up and say, hey, this is what I want to do for sport?
I quit baseball going into high school. Wanted something to do. Didn't want to run, so throwing became a natural option.
Joe can relate to the not wanting to run part.
Good point. I agree with that. Yeah. Wait, so you played baseball? Did you play baseball in high school?
No, I played like t-ball through middle school and then stopped when I got to high school.
Were you a pitcher? Obviously.
A little bit, yeah. Like I don't know.
This guy looks like a tank.
I know. That's what I
You're
said.
like, oh, this guy's throwing the javelin, but he can bring the heat.
And javelin was all you did in high school.
I threw shot put too, but I was not good at it.
A fan of it? Okay. What is it about the javelin that you liked?
I don't know. It was just the event I was the best at, I guess. And
yeah.
It was kind of fun. I don't know.
My question is, when you guys, especially since you have an injured arm,
what
is it? You throw one throw. What is the warm-up process like? Going for the javelin, like, I mean, good night. You probably have a masseuse going on you. What's that like?
Yeah, Barry, our athletic trainer, always working on me before I compete, before I practice anything. Then I just do like a general warm-up, take some light, easy warm-up throws, and then just kind of go out and hit
So you go light and easy, and then you let it rip?
Pretty much, yeah.
Joe,
dude,
my shoulder would go.
Yeah, right. Your arm goes.
Arm goes
still flying on the
there goes his arm.
Mine does too. So.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, he's like, it feels like
that. Yeah. What does it feel like compared to like before the injury? Like, how different does it feel? Not just even pain, but just a difference in letting it go compared to when you were healthy.
It's definitely not like as smooth and easy. I got a big hinge brace on my elbow that looks like an offensive lineman would wear.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of have to force it a little bit more, I guess. Before it was just like nice and relaxed and easy. Just let my legs do the work and give it a toss. And now it's like kind of got to force it a little bit. But I mean, it doesn't hurt that bad, surprisingly, with the brace and with some painkillers and whatnot. But
was it hard to? And I know in your story, you talked about, just what you want to go for it, and it's your senior year.
Yeah.
Was it hard to convince, like coaching staff and stuff, or are they like, listen,
Not
we get
really.
it, like it's your last go around, like we want you to be able to go as far as you can, like let's just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take much convincing. I think it was more just like proving that I could still do it, because like usually if you tear your UCL, like that's a wrap, you're done. But I don't know, they were supportive the whole way through. It's like, if you can throw, if you can tolerate the pain, then let's do it. Let's see what we can make of this. So it's my last year. Like, I'm not going to get surgery in the middle of a season. I'm going to tough it out and see what I can do.
Are there other guys
I love it. Tough it out.
Do you
Joe,
see
I
other
can just
guys
see
that
Joe
have
Young.
done
He's
this? Like Paul Carmen's here. He's seen everything.
Paul, he's done it.
Do
Paul
you
did.
see?
He tore his
Is
UCL.
this unheard of in some ways? He's shaking his head. He said, "Doesn't happen often." Like
he's like, let me look back in all the stat books that I've created.
Like, have
every
you
year.
ever in competition seen anyone with this competing?
Not really. I see guys wearing braces and stuff, but to my knowledge, none of them. I mean,
And that's that ligament that's right through here, right?
It runs like right through the inside of the elbow.
Just happens to be right at the point.
Wait, is
where
that
you-
Tommy
So
John?
it's Tommy John
Yeah.
is what you would need. So like
Yeah,
a baseball
exactly.
pitcher. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So after the season's done, I'll be getting Tommy John surgery.
Okay.
Okay, I want to know, and this is a little bit of a selfish question. This is to help out my golf swing. Okay, it's to
everything-
improve my golf swing.
Almost
Right. So I want to know what your mental thoughts are when, and the technique wise, you're coming down. I've seen the javelin throw. And you're coming down, and you're getting a little hitch step. And then, is that arm like really loose? You got to keep it. It's all in the lower body.
Yeah,
Help my swing thoughts, because I'm up here and I'm pushing like this. What do you got to give me the technique that you use?
Like in a meet, I'm just like trying to throw hard with my legs, essentially.
You're
like
driving from the legs,
yeah,
right?
I'm like trying to leave the upper body relaxed, just let the arm be kind of like a whip, and then
Wow.
drive the legs.
That's your problem.
That's
Joe.
my problem.
That's
You
your
got to get a little more
Relax the arms.
You're weak in the
loose.
legs.
They say that loose muscles are fast muscles, right?
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
How much has your technique improved?
A lot.
Since you've been here.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a technical model. I mean, most of my success has come on being like physically.
A physical freak. Yeah.
But it's definitely gotten a lot better. If you
Yeah.
like go find videos from my freshman year, it's like you don't have to know anything about the javelin to know that that's not what it's supposed to look like.
So it's measured by meters, obviously, right? So give me over 70 meters. So that's like 80 some yards, right?
Yeah. My best was 77.41.
How much does the javelin weigh?
It's like a little bit under 2 pounds.
A little bit under 2
So,
pounds, and
not
you're
crazy
throwing it
big,
80 yards. So
Have you ever like let go at the wrong time and it just like, zoom, like hard
Yeah.
left or right?
There was like a
Kind of like Joe's golf ball.
Going back to yourself.
very
period
similar.
my junior year where my release was just so bad that like the javelin would come out of my hand and go right, and then it would come back to the left.
Yeah.
It's like
A little
if I
draw.
would-
Throwing a
Yeah.
cutter. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like I was slicing a golf ball,
Yeah.
but
Oh
instead
my
it's a
God.
9-foot spear.
Wow.
Well,
So
go ahead.
this is your second time going to nationals. It's your senior season.
Yeah.
You're injured. How is your mindset maybe different? Are you letting it soak in going to nationals for the second time?
Yeah, the first time I made it, like I was the 12th place finisher at regional, so it was like I just barely snuck in. So it's like I'm just happy to be there. I'm gonna go enjoy the experience and whatever. This time it's like, obviously I'm pretty banged up, so probably not anywhere near the favorite to win, but I mean I'm gonna go and try and win. Like I'm in the second flight, so I'm in like the best group of throwers there. I'll be competing with the other 11 best guys.
And this is it, right? This is
is
his
it.
senior year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I leave every ligament on the field.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go.
Basically
Ben,
what you're saying.
please.
Just leave the UCL,
sure.
leave the MCL, leave all ligaments out on the field.
Oh my
Well-
gosh, please don't do that.
Yeah, no, dude, you got to.
And you mentioned that like when you went the first time, you actually got hurt in warm-ups there
Yeah.
in Oregon, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't want to give away the whole thing, I guess, but like walk through like what happened there the first time. Has that changed how you approach warming up this time?
I mean, not really. The last time it was like 2 days before I was out there just practicing, and my shoulder was like horrible. Like I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't throw. Turns out I had a torn labrum, but this time it's
Which
just
he
like,
powered through, by the way.
Are you still powering through the torn labrum, or did you have
Yeah.
surgery on that?
I had surgery, and then one of the anchors pulled. So
It happens.
it's just kind of.
I mean, Ben,
it is.
this is the Flame Central podcast, and it's presented by OrthoVirginia.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
go to orthovirginia.com to schedule your appointment. They treat pains and strains and all of that. I'm sure you're keeping them in bed.
Their anchors
absolutely.
don't fall loose.
This will be my 3rd surgery with him after this season.
Oh,
so.
man. Oh, my
Well,
gosh,
we'll
Ben.
tell them the
You're
Flame
tough.
Central podcast sent you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, mention that when you get there. Yeah.
Well, what an exciting time. You guys have anything
Well,
else?
I guess just, you're one of 6 people going. How special is it to have a group like that go together?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like after I was done, I was like, okay, I really hope we can get some other guys. It's just that much more fun. So I was obviously rooting for Christian after he hit that throw. I was like, okay, that should send him. Marcus and the other guys that are going, it'll be fun. It's a big group, I feel like, so.
Yep.
I think Paul did say you were Christian's biggest cheerleader there.
Christian
Guys,
Hicks,
tell us.
Discus, roommates, right?
Yeah.
You live in the same house?
Yeah. He actually made a joke afterwards. He's like, I think Ben's more excited that I'm going than he was on Wednesday when he qualified. But yeah, I mean, it'll just be cool to. I went with John 2 years ago, so I was telling him get to room with both Hicks brothers at Nationals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's it like being in Oregon in that stadium with all the nostalgia and everything that surrounds that track? Can you feel it?
Oh, for sure. Like it's like a football stadium just dedicated entirely to track. I mean, they've got a tower in the one corner. It's like a huge stadium. It's like the place to compete in track. I mean, they host like world championship meets and stuff out there. So to go compete there is just insane. It's not like any other facility, any other meet. So
Since you've been, do you think you're going to have like a little bit more control on your nerves this time around?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, last time I just barely snuck in. It was like, I'm just happy to be here. But this time, like, I'm going into it with the mentality that I'm going to go try and win, and we'll see.
Just
what
on
happens.
one throw, or do you want to throw
No,
more than
this
one
time,
this time?
No matter what
Okay.
happens, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You
gonna take 'em
know,
all.
my daughter was on the track team at Georgia
Oh, really?
with the guy that was the sprinter. He ended up winning the gold medal in the Olympics, I think, 4x4. He was a relay guy, and he was the dude. You heard the story, right? Somebody left the javelin. Somebody left a javelin on the field, and he was warm. He was a sprinter.
Yeah.
He was warming up doing back belt and went whoom, and impaled himself.
I remember that.
And it went right there, right there, and he was laying with the javelin stuck, and it went into, I think it went into his lung, through his back, into his lung. Yeah, how about that? So hey.
And he still ran.
Yeah.
No. Hey, javelin safety first.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay? Always remember that.
I do want to ask, and with you getting surgery after the season, do you still have hopes? You've been one of the best guys in the country this year.
Yeah.
Hopes beyond Liberty?
he
Is
can tell- he's like,
is
yeah.
that even in the
That's
back
the
of your
question.
mind?
We'll see. Yeah, it's definitely in my mind. I told myself coming into this year that there's no way. I actually made Coach Luke promise me that he wouldn't let me keep training.
Yeah.
Just because I've been so
Injuries.
banged up. But I don't know. I threw 77 meters with pretty subpar technique, so there's at least a few more meters there if I would come back and be able to come back from surgery strong.
Let's go,
I don't know.
Ben.
We'll see.
What?
Come on.
When is nationals?
It's next week, so I throw on June 10th.
Okay, so there's nothing this week. Okay, so I have a question for you. This would be great. I really appreciate this, by the way.
Okay.
So this weekend on Friday is the Yacht Pickleball League member guest party.
You can't get him out there.
If we could, I got a big field, right? We can get the javelin out there,
We are
and
not-
we can
I am
set up
not
balloons.
allowing this.
We'll set up balloons,
Ben,
and we'll play
just
bench or
decline.
pop the balloon.
No.
He just throws a javelin. You'll entertain the
See?
folks. It would be
Much fun as that
unbelievable.
sounds like.
Yeah.
NIL
Oh, it'd be so much
opportunities.
fun.
Too late.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, no, yeah. Whoa. Oh,
Wait a
now once
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
NIL opportunities, the
Yeah.
whole tune
Yeah.
changed. It all
Coach
changed.
You
Bingham
can make an
is like-
offer.
We can make an
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, you can have like a. No, I'm not even
No,
gonna.
don't.
Nope, I'm not gonna.
Pop the
entertain
balloon
this.
with
don't know if
Ben.
I
It'd
can
be
hit a
unbelievable. The
balloon
kids would
anyway.
love it.
Not that accurate.
Yeah, not that accurate.
So Ben has a story that is my philosophy in life. There are lessons in losing. You were actually. Am I giving away too much of the feature?
I don't gotta go.
You actually were cut from this team.
Yes, I was.
Tell me about like the mindset and like were you super down on yourself? And
He's the Michael Jordan of the javelin. Some call him the Michael Jordan of javelin. Cut from his javelin team.
But what were your like thoughts then, and just like did it just bring this other level of determination?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, I was obviously pretty disappointed. I mean, I was cut in March, I think. Had put in like the full season of work, and I mean, I don't blame them. Like, I was not throwing far at the time, so it made sense. But yeah, I mean, it kind of gave me that much more desire to come back and prove myself, earn my spot back. I mean, that season I didn't throw overly far, but coming back the next year, like I still had that desire to prove that I belonged there, not go through that again. And I came back and PR'd by like 12 meters or something in my first meet back the following season.
Well, I'm sure there's probably some in that moment of like, I need to decide, is this really something I want to be about or not? Like, is that kind of the conversation you have to have with yourself at that moment? Am I all in on this, or is it time to move on?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's kind of like the same thing I'm going through now, like post-collegiate throwing. Like, is this something I want to continue? Is this something I want to pursue, or is it time to just hang it up? But,
That's tough because you're not guaranteed that spot, and you're sitting there putting in the work. I'm sure,
you
like
can't
on
do
your
it
own.
halfway and be a success. Like it has to be all or nothing.
I think we should get a javelin, and all of us can come out and see between the three of us.
I've got the shoulder thing.
I would probably.
Oh my
I'm
God.
still working.
We're just gonna do not complain in front of Ben. Ben's just
that's
looking
true.
at you like, are you kidding me, dude?
My thing was, and I asked him about this because he said after he got cut, he would still go out on his own and train.
Yeah.
And I was like, where do you go train on your own throwing a javelin? It's not like, oh, I got cut from basketball, I'm gonna go shoot hoops somewhere. But you were just like, they just let you go out on the field and throw.
Yeah, I would just go out on the field. I just like couldn't be out there at like the same time to practice with the team. But I would just go out there on my own.
But dude,
Not like at local parks and things where
There
they're like, kids, quit.
But that doesn't even make that just doesn't even make sense to me. You got cut from the team, and then you threw the next season, whenever you got made back to the team, 12 meters further. Like, why did you suck so bad? And then now you got so much better.
I didn't even throw that summer. I don't really know what happened. I just came back and was like more coordinated and could actually like move. I don't know.
I mean, then my next question is for you is like, have you thought about going to Liberty Football Pro Day? Because you could play tight end in the NFL right now.
Right now.
I mean, it's time for you to put on a football helmet. This guy's a tank.
I know.
He walked in here and I'm like, this dude's a
Stick with the
tank.
javelin because you're not getting like
There's a lot
hit in
more
the
money
head
in
and all
football.
that with football. Then
Maybe I'll just start training with Christian and
There you go. There you
see if we
go.
can make it together.
Yeah.
Love it.
Listen, you guys, I'm excited to watch you guys in Oregon.
I know, and I want to like clone you for future athletes in this generation because I just love how you got cut and you fought your way back and you made the team. You made nationals 2 times. You're injured and you're not crying about it.
No, he's not
it's just really cool to see somebody.
It's
so
good
tough.
seeing somebody that has had the right attitude and worked so hard be rewarded because that's never promised, and we know that. Any athlete knows that. Like you can work as hard as you want, and you're not promised that you're going to find success at the end. But then when someone does, like you going back to nationals, it makes it all the better.
Yeah. What's your key to success going into this nationals here? Like, what legitimate? Where were you? There's 25. How many?
24.
24. They take 24. You're coming in spot number what roughly?
I actually don't know nationally.
Nah.
I
Well,
finished
and
fourth in
that
the East.
doesn't.
So you said finish 4th in the East
And that
on
doesn't-
one throw.
On one throw. So like if you would have
Yeah.
thrown more, like you could have
was-
ranked probably higher.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was feeling really good going into that meet. So
So you feeling like you're peaking at the right time?
yeah, I mean, we planned out my whole training to peak at regionals and then hopefully hold that peak through nationals.
Top what is All-American?
Top 16 is second team. Top 8 is first team.
Okay.
So.
How much the guy who are like the top dudes, are they clearly like a lot ahead of everybody else?
There's one guy who threw like 84 meters this year. He's been to the Olympics.
84?
Yeah,
Wow.
Do you need me to fly out there and do a little Tanya Harding on him?
Do you,
I could do it.
do you?
I'm not
And you're
afraid.
further. What's your PR?
77.
77. Okay. We
So-
got that.
Yeah.
We got
Joey
it.
Galula.
7 meters?
7 meter
That's
jump.
nothing.
That's all right.
Yeah, it was probably like, it was a fluke.
Yeah. It was a fluke. Oh my gosh. Well, this is so
This
exciting.
is awesome. Like this is gonna
Yeah.
be so cool. So like, this will be on what, ESPN Plus or anything? So we
ESPN
can
Plus?
tune on, and you throw on what day?
The 10th.
You know?
The 10th.
Wednesday the 10th. Do you know roughly what time you'll be at?
Wants to
I
make
want to
sure.
watch
Could
this.
you just text Joe right
Yeah,
before?
can you text me?
Yeah.
I mean, do we have any
on that,
idea? Is it a morning or afternoon?
It's
Night.
Yeah, the event starts at 9:15 Eastern, and then he'll be in the second flight. So
Oh, that's perfect. I'll just be settling in at home.
Joe's
Yeah, there you go.
He'll be watching.
Hey, shoot me a text and let me know
Well,
how.
we
let me
know
how
that
the
the
warm-up
rehab
goes.
process is very important for you, so we need to get you to your
I'll
appointment.
have to VSSI.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you so much for your
course.
time and congratulations
Yeah.
again. So pumped for you. Oh wait, one more quick question.
Yeah.
How has your faith journey been, through all these ups and downs of
Yeah.
your
Honestly, I think that's like the coolest part here is like just the, I don't know, I guess you could say a wake-up call, like that I'm like fully dependent on the Lord for this. Like going into the first meet of the season, I had been throwing far in practice, and I had faith that I was going to throw far. But after that, it's like I tear my UCL, and it's like, okay, I can't do this on my own anymore. Like you were talking about with Paul, like no one else is really doing that. Like it's the strength of the Lord through me, and that's every time I step on the runway, that's what I'm praying. I'm praying through like 2 Corinthians 12, where the Apostle Paul's talking about like the thorn in his flesh and praying for strength and how Christ's strength is made perfect in our weakness. That's every time I step on the runway, like that's what I'm praying through, because I know that with no UCL, with no labor, I'm like, this isn't me doing this. This isn't my strength.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. And like share that story, because when you go out and crush it at Oregon and people are start to pick up on like, wait a minute, this kid's throwing with a what?
What's different?
He's doing
What's
what?
different
How's
about
he doing
him?
this? Like hit him with it. Like hit him
That's
with
the
it.
goal.
That's what it's all about.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Ultimately to glorify God through this.
It's awesome.
That's so cool.
And share that testimony
Yeah.
on that runway. That's so cool. Awesome, Ben. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see how
Have
you
a
do
blast.
next Wednesday. Be sure to check it out. So hopefully Ben's advice will help Joe with his swing
Yes,
and
it will.
just driving through
Well, it's
the
on
legs.
the legs. It's in
all
the
about- all
legs.
about
You
the
don't have to
legs.
power through your upper body.
Just let the arms follow.
Yeah, it's like a whip, nice and loose. Yeah.
I really think if you can ever get your shoulder or whatever's going on.
You need to get your shoulder
I
fixed.
think
We're
that would.
close. We're
I'm
close.
concerned about that.
It's like
It's been
90%
bothering you for a while.
since Thanksgiving.
Are we tossing overhead yet?
Oh,
because, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a lot like Ben Shughart in that I've just fought through the pain.
Fought through the pain for
Yeah.
Jack's team.
Yeah, he and I have a lot of similarities, I think.
Oh.
You just find, you know what?
Extremely tough.
Find a way.
Great athletes.
Find a way.
Yeah.
Great athletes.
Yeah.
Never made
High
it to the
pain
national
tolerance.
level, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you were really
Yeah,
close.
thank you.
Again, congratulations to Ben. Such a remarkable story. So
No
if you
doubt.
haven't seen his full journey, be sure to check out that feature on Flame Central in the Liberty Flames YouTube channel. Okay, want to give a shout out to Michael
Lugiano.
Lugiano.
Oh, Luciano, you got to eat the more meatballs, Luciano. You don't have enough meatballs.
He
Eat the
probably,
Matt,
meatballs,
what's going
Luciano.
through your head right now? when
probably.
you-
We need to have him on.
Lugiano.
We need to have him on.
I know.
And
I
he'll
know.
he probably won't come on after. He
Yeah,
probably hates
probably
this.
not.
Yeah.
I have.
And if I throw that bet on him while he's right here, he's
The
like, "Will you just
meatball.
shut
Yeah,
up?
probably. So. Yeah,
Just
probably
please
so.
stop."
After winning the regional tournament, he finished tied for 47th at Nationals. He was playing at the Omni Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California.
no,
And Matt and I were like, hey, if you need a caddy, give us a call. Like, we are available.
Just a sophomore, though.
I know. Let's
Unbelievable.
go.
Is very bright for him.
I know. I'm sure Coach Thomas and Lugiano had a great time out there. So congratulations on another awesome season. Looking forward to getting out there once like this grass starts growing out in the men's practice
Close
facility.
watch
So
on the golf grass.
we'll
Yeah.
keep you up to date with that.
Flush,
Okay.
flush.
We will get to this conversation with Dr. David Landy if you need some information and research
You're gonna wanna
on
see this.
knee injuries. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I believe we have some mailbag.
Every time I turn around, you make me smile, and then mailbag.
Thank you.
Here you go, Joe. No, I'm kidding.
nope, sorry.
I'm kidding.
Tossing it.
All right. Let's start with
I
one
still love that.
one that was late
Matt
arriving.
has a purple mailbox.
Let's start with a late arriving question.
He's
Yes,
so
this is
cute.
great. This one just came in electronically, is where we accept them. FlameCentral@liberty.edu.
Thanks,
So we did
Matt.
not have time to print.
So
this
these come through the World Wide Web.
one. World Wide Web. Correct.
Very good.
Correct.
Glad to clarify that.
This comes from Dean.
Dean.
Dino,
He says,
talk to me, Dino.
Georgia seemed to get a lot of strike calls that were off the plate. Do you think the ABS system will be implemented in the near future for regionals in college baseball? So the ABS system, if you watch the big leagues, first year it's been implemented. It's worked really well, and it's been really cool. They put it in for the SEC championship as well. So
Oh,
I believe that's the
really?
first time it's been used in college. So they did it in the SEC tournament. Maybe it's hard because you have all these different regional sites and all these different venues and everything you need to implement that. I'm not sure what all the equipment and how the setup. So I'm not sure. I imagine we might be a little ways away from getting to that point. But I will say this, and I thought this watching the games, and this isn't I'm not blaming the umpires or whatever for Liberty or whatever. But having watched in the big leagues and seeing how good and dialed in those guys are in part because they
know they have backup.
Yeah, right.
Or they,
and they're just very, very, very good. You realize how good they are when you watch a lot of these college home plate umpires.
Yeah.
Because the zones game to game were wildly different, like way different. So yes, I think it would be great if they could get the ABS system. I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I just don't know what all.
I don't know what the technology needed.
Yeah.
To run that.
How many different cameras and things that you need
Yeah.
to be able to do that. Even like in the big leagues, like they measure each guy's height. Like
Yeah.
they have to go not just like, hey, what is he in the on your website? Like they have like specific things they have to do because the strike zone is based off your height, and so then that has to all be all calibrated and stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it, more so than just, hey, let's throw a box up on the screen.
Well, good thing basketball guys aren't in there because they'd be lying about their height.
Right. Well, that's funny. There are some baseball guys that are like, he was 6'1" last year. He's actually 5'10" and a half.
Yeah, right.
You know, they found that out this year when they did that. But so
that's
probably.
You know what I find amazing is that the difference in the strike zone between Major League Baseball and college baseball, significant. Obviously, it should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's significant.
Yeah, like it was wild. Like, cause in this Liberty Regional, there were some. It was such a small zone, and then the guy in that last game against Georgia, like, I mean, it was everywhere. Like it was all over the place. So like, it's. I mean, you just got to work.
So a little bit of the inconsistency is what makes it tough.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Dean.
Good question. Good
Second
question.
mailbag question. This comes to us from our buddy Jeff Snell. He of the Snell scoring system.
Snell scoring system.
Yeah, the finest scoring system.
Also,
Jeff, haven't heard from you in a while. I feel like we only hear from Jeff.
Dewey.
Also, the great
in the football season.
bluegrass artist of the
Yes.
Numbers That Matter song.
Yes.
As well.
It goes Dewey decibel system.
Yep.
And then right after that, there's a lot of other systems.
Yes.
Snell scoring system.
I think you're right.
It's number 2.
I think
It's
you're right.
number 2.
And honestly, he's gained a lot of ground on Dewey.
And he's gaining ground.
I think he's
because
gaining. Dewey hears footsteps.
Dewey's
hearing the footsteps.
Dewey's footsteps.
All right. He said, I got a couple of things. First.
Wow, this is.
I know, it's the whole. I don't know if I'm going to get to all.
Save the trees,
I don't know if I'll get to
Snell.
all of this. There's a lot.
Let Snell
Let him
go.
work. First, Joe's winter nickname is Joey Shreds.
Correct.
We know this.
Yes.
The name connotes his cold weather sports prowess.
Correct.
And then he puts in parentheses, I've heard about this prowess, but can't testify firsthand because I offered him free tickets for he and his whole family for Lookout Pass on the mountain on the Idaho border, and he failed to appear.
Yes.
Same offer this coming winter, but will he show?
Yes.
Listen, Jeff, I can tell you right now, there is no way in heck you're ever going to see Joe Yacht.
That's not true.
No way.
That is not true.
No way.
That's not true. When Joey Shreds.
Jeff, I passed your contact info on to Joe numerous times.
Jeff,
your
I'm
love.
telling you, stay patient with this one because Joey Shreds is getting one winner. It may not be anytime soon, but I promise you, Jeff, I'm going to give him my word on this.
Okay.
Right?
I heard it's beautiful out there.
I promise you at some point that Joey Shreds is going to go what they call the Joey Shreds Worldwide Tour on the slopes.
Okay.
One winner,
my God.
and I will make a stop into the Idaho border and shred with Jeff Snell.
I can
Mark
see-
it down. Will it happen next year? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But it will happen at some
Lord
point.
willing. I can see Joe sending us a picture with the Snell scoring system trophy, like strapped in the
with
airplane
Jeff.
seat next to him.
Yeah, when I go, I'm taking it with me.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll never see that thing
So
again.
he concluded that after the Joey Shreds comment, he said, his summer sport is golf. And so
Joey swings.
his summertime
Whoa,
nickname
let me hear this.
is Joey Longball. Nominations now closed. That's what he said.
Joey Longball.
Joey
is a
Longball.
great name for me.
I told him I thought you'd appreciate
Yeah, Joey Longball.
Yeah.
You know, when I hit the bomb, now that Ben's giving me the tip on how to stay loose,
good swing thoughts.
Good swing thoughts on how to stay loose, and I started hitting more bombs, we're going Joey Longball.
Yeah.
It's a great name. Thank you, Jeff.
So Jeff did that. Great to hear from Jeff. Listen, can't wait for this fall when we bring back Snell scoring system.
I can't wait.
One of the greatest competitions in podcast history.
I think that we will get to know some of these new football players now that they're coming back on campus. So be sure to stay with us all summer long in the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia.
And if you want one of these babies, send us your mailbag questions, flamecentral@liberty.edu. They are going fast.
Jeff
We only
Snell
have
has
a
one.
few left. Just sent Jeff one. Apparently he had the old mug. I just sent him a new one of these.
Those old ones. I mean, we've come a long way.
We
with
have.
mugs.
So, we're running out, and we're working on a new mug, which
3.0.
will be very exciting. We hope to unveil Probably late summer, early fall.
3.0.
Matt's jacket in the new mug is pretty epic, so you gotta
you wanna see it.
you gotta stick around for that. All right, we will get to this conversation with Dr. David Landy, and then we'll be right back. After that. Podcast, as you know, it's presented by OrthoVirginia. And that means that we have to bring on one of the doctors of OrthoVirginia, David C. Landy. Dr. Landy, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join.
Okay, so Dr. Landy, I'm not going to make this entire interview about myself.
That's a
but
first. Yeah.
I do have some serious hip and knee issues, so I might need to figure out your schedule by the end of this. May need a hip replacement, but I'll let you be the one to diagnose all of that. No, thank you for joining us. Like I said, OrthoVirginia is a proud, trusted orthopedic provider of Liberty Athletics. Right. So Dr. Landy, we have a few questions for you. Let's start with a little bit of your background, though. Why did you get into the medical field, and why did you specifically focus on the hip and knee?
Sure. No, that's a great question. So, in medical school, you're exposed to a lot of different specialties and a lot of different ways to take care of patients. And I think when you go into med school, everyone's really interested in taking care of people who are sick, right? And sometimes people who are really sick. And then the further you get in, I think some of us realize that there's a lot more satisfaction in maybe keeping people healthy, and instead of just focusing on helping people live longer, kind of helping them live better.
Right.
And so that's one of the really unique things about a lot of orthopedic surgery, and especially managing sort of chronic hip and knee conditions, is really about quality of life more than just quantity. And so that was ultimately kind of how I ended up going down the route to do hip and knee replacement.
I'm curious, we obviously we work around athletes all the time, and you see, athletes now at a younger and younger age are doing very sport-specific training, and whether it's weight training or speed and things like that. Do you feel like, are there more knee injuries in younger people now than there used to be because of that? Is that something that you see, or am I completely wrong on that?
No, there do seem to be more injuries in younger patients now. You know how directly that's linked to this sort of early sports subspecialization, I think is a topic where there might be different opinions, but certainly we see more injuries earlier. And there's also, in addition to the age component, there's really a gender sex component to it, where especially for younger girl athletes, we see more injuries.
Interesting.
Wow, that is so interesting. Why do you think that?
Some of it probably has to do with muscle strengthening and conditioning, and a little bit with some variation in just the anthropomorphic, or sort of like the way we're shaped, kind of. That probably
I was going to say, Dr. Landy, you're going to have to explain that. I don't know those
Can
kind
I just
of big
stop
words.
for a second?
Matt uses big words all the time.
I am 100% confident that is the first time in the 5 years we've done this that anthropomorphic has ever been used. So,
I wouldn't even be able to repeat it.
Yeah. So I mean, there's in medicine, sometimes there's a lot of fancy terms so that there can be more polite ways to say things. But essentially, men and women are shaped differently, right? Men are going to be taller on average. Women are going to have wider hips. But then when you think about the knee, and when you think about the muscles in the front of your thigh and how they're going to control your kneecap, if you're shorter and you're wider, the angle that's going to take down to your kneecap is going to be different.
I'm just taking notes.
And so some of these factors are going to then be relevant. And when you think especially about the increased, which is awesome for so many reasons, that we see more girls in sports, but you think about soccer and some of these sports where there's a lot of pivoting, and then you think about the ability for the quad muscle to control and stabilize the knee. It's probably not going to be the same for a girl as it is for a boy.
That's a great point, because you think 50 years ago, like, girls in sports, they're not at the level that they are now. Like, there's been such a growth in that would probably account for a lot of those injuries like you're talking about that we didn't see 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, and I think that's, and we also are probably better at diagnosing things, and people are probably more aware of what's going on, and they probably more frequently present. A lot of the patients I see who are now in their 70s, there are a fair number of them who had an ACL tear and then over the course of decades developed arthritis that has more of an ACL deficient pattern. And when you talk to them, you're like, oh, like when did you tear your ACL? They're like, oh, I don't know. And you're like, well, did you ever have like a really bad injury? And they'll be like, oh yeah, when I was like 24, I was in this accident and my knee got really big and I couldn't really move it for a few weeks. And it's like, oh, you probably tore your ACL.
Back then, we just rub a little dirt on it and get back out there. That was it, yeah.
Dr. Landy, what have you learned in terms of prevention with these injuries? I'm sure that's something that before you get to the point of surgery, what have you learned of preventing, the knee injuries?
Yeah, so I kind of break that down into maybe two things to talk about. One is preventing injury in younger, sort of more active patients. I think that has a lot to do with maintaining adequate muscle strength before you go to do these more advanced activities. And then second, warming up. Not especially like, you're 38, you get out to the basketball court and you just want to
go. Did she give you this stuff beforehand? Like, wait, this is sounding awfully specific.
He's not in his 30s anymore, but Matt Warner just thinks he can get out there on the basketball court. And
I always say, do you ever see a cheetah stretch before he goes after the gazelle? No, you don't. You just hit it. You just go after it. No, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Do not follow
No, and it's not all just about stretching, but it's about trying to warm up and start to engage the muscles before you go full steam, right? Wow. The first few minutes of easing into the activity, not at full intensity, the muscles literally start to warm up. You get increased blood flow to that area, and then it's probably going to help, not completely prevent, but help reduce your risk of having an injury. I think the second thing on this sort of injury prevention is not necessarily injury prevention, but symptom control. So when we think about older patients with arthritis, especially knee arthritis, right, strengthening the muscles around your knee or around your hip or your shoulder, it's not going to change the biology. It's not going to change the arthritis that you have in the joint, but stabilizing the joint can reduce the symptoms from the same level of arthritis. And I think that's one of the things that patients sometimes struggle with. There's like, oh, well, it's going to hurt me to do physical therapy or to do these things to regain some strength. And it's like, well, there might be a little bit of a short-term discomfort, but there can be a huge benefit for folks.
And what are some of the risks if you are pushing through that knee pain?
It depends on if you have an injury, there's a risk of re-injury or sort of exacerbating or making the injury even worse. But I think for things that are more chronic, there's probably not a lot other than just increasing your symptoms and not enjoying it.
Right.
It seems like athletes are getting back faster from knee injuries. It used to be like, as a kid, I felt like ACL tear, well, you might never see this guy again. Mm-hmm. What kind of advancements have allowed that, if that is the case?
Yeah, that's a great point. Some of it may be a little bit related to surgical techniques and things like that, though honestly, it's probably less that and more the rehabilitation and standardizing things and just people getting more aggressive and sort of pushing the envelope. And it's a little bit of a risk benefit, right? If you go back early, you may be going back with a slightly higher risk of a re-rupture.
That's so interesting. What have you learned in your time that has surprised you the most, or maybe it's with the recovery that you've seen so much, I don't know, like
just growth within the field of people being able to bounce back faster.
Yeah, I think especially around hip and knee replacement, but even some of the other surgeries, I think we went through a period probably in the 80s and 90s where people were just trying to figure out, like, how do you successfully complete the surgery? Like, what are the technical factors? Like, what do you need to do for this thing to actually work? And then I think as we got into the 2000s and certainly over the last decade, I don't think there's been as much change in surgical technique as there has been changes in how we work with other people on our team, with physical therapists, with trainers, and how we, in anesthesiology and blocks, and how we do all of the management around the surgery. And that is hugely important. It's not just the surgeon, oh, I'm going to show up for 1 hour and we're going to do this, and then that's going to make the difference. It's like, that's a prerequisite, but all of these other things are super important. And I think over the last 10 years, and hopefully over the next 10 years, we get better and better at that aspect of kind of coordinating the care.
Yeah, I hope so too, Dr. Landy.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Landy, I want to know, I saw that you threw out the first pitch at a Liberty baseball game earlier this year.
Okay.
Is that correct?
I did, yes.
I need to know, did you go from the rubber Did you climb up on the mound and throw it? And did you deliver a strike?
So did not climb up on the rubber.
Okay,
I think they probably did not want that. I would say it was close to a strike.
Okay. All right, good.
I'd also say it's a beautiful stadium.
It is.
Right? Like such a nice place to go watch a game.
Yeah, good. Well, I just want to check on that. Glad you didn't bounce it in there or something. That's what everybody tries to avoid.
Okay, it's warming up outside, Dr. Landy. So tell us how summer heat and humidity can impact one's risk of knee injuries. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is that correlate?
No. I think there's not a huge correlation directly with the temperature, but I think what you do see, I mean, certainly people can be dehydrated and have issues from that. But I think the bigger thing is, especially in parts of the country where it gets really cold during the winter, right?
Yeah.
Is people get deconditioned. And as we get older, we don't always appreciate how quickly you can lose muscle mass and muscle strength. And then all of a sudden it's a beautiful day and you go outside and you want to do these things and you see this change in activity.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, I think there is a thing where there's more injuries in patients and in people this time of year. I'm not sure it's necessarily the heat as much as it's you haven't done anything and now all of a sudden you want to go hike 3 miles.
You get out there in the warm weather, you start feeling good. You just want to, you cut it loose.
So, Dr. Landy, we saved you from the third member of our podcast. His name is Joe, and we've been trying to get him to run a mile for the last
years.
probably 3 years.
He is much older than we are.
Yes, much older. I mean, we're talking a decade. Yeah. So we're gonna need to send this. He needs to listen to this. I mean, I think there's a lot more.
You guys should have him warm up and maybe train. You think about it. Oh, like when you're young, a mile is nothing. But I don't know if I could go out and run a mile. Right? That's like a long time.
Dr. Landy, originally he said he can run a 6-minute mile, and
he's
I'm like,
also delusional. Beyond the physical issues, he may have some mental deficiencies as well that we're trying to work through.
And we need to point out that the Flames did have a comeback win over Duke in
the game that you threw out the first pitch. So they may have to have you back.
No, they've got a big weekend coming up here.
Yep, that's right. Well, listen, Doc, I kind of think of you, tell me if this is accurate, like a kicker. Nobody wants to have to use the kicker, but when you need one, boy, you'd better have a good one. Is that an accurate way to kind of describe, like, listen, you may not want to see me, but when you need me, I'm your guy. I know what I'm doing here.
I would say that's fair. I don't think many hip and knee replacement surgeons want to think of themselves like that. But yeah, that's probably not inaccurate. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're so lucky to have you here in Lynchburg. So happy that you're a part of Liberty Athletics and OrthoVirginia, that partnership. We really appreciate your time. Remember, OrthoVirginia treats muscle, bone, back, and joint pains and strains. You can visit OrthoVirginia.com to schedule an appointment. I'm already
getting online
on the internet doing that with Dr. Landy. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
No, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks again to Dr. Landy.
Yeah.
I really, like I said earlier in the show, I think we have a new fan.
I hope so.
Remember, you can watch us, Liberty Flames YouTube, or listen on Spotify, and I just think we got one more subscriber. Thanks, Dr. Landy, for your time. I'll see you next Monday. So the member guest was at Williamsburg this weekend. We're at the party thing, get-together event on Saturday, and I see Joe Yacht coming in what possibly could have been the shortest shorts I've seen on a middle-aged man. Those were some pretty short shorts, Joe.
No. Well, first of all, I got great legs. I mean, that's a
got it.
If you're gonna call them short shorts, then first of all,
those were short shorts, Joe.
Okay, that's fine. But 1988.
I didn't say they looked good. They didn't look good. I just said
1988. This is a true story. 100% true story. I had no money, zero. Right? And me and my roommate, BJ Runyon, had no money, and we had a $15 phone bill. They're getting ready to cut off our phone, and BJ saw a flyer for UNC Avery Dorm. This is a 100% true story. UNC Avery Dorm man's best legs contest. I signed up for this, right? Yeah. Took home the $50 for the winner, right? Won UNC best legs contest. So do I show up with short shorts on at 56 years old?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh.
Okay, so I
my
paid our
gosh.
$15 phone bill, and we were back in business.
We were back in business
and we
for
had
another-
a little jingle in her pocket afterwards.
Yeah, we were good for the next month.
was great.
I love it. Hey, what a great show today. I hope that you're still with us to hear that incredible story.
Yeah.
I
Matt,
lost.
got anything else?
I lost by half a point
And
in the member guest. That's one putt.
One
To go,
putt.
we lost our
What
flight
putt
back.
did you miss? On what hole?
Oh,
If you could go back.
I missed a lot of
Well,
putts.
no, I know you missed.
I missed a lot of putts.
Which one do
We
you
don't
want
have
back the
time.
most?
If I could go back the most, no, it was the chili chunk that I had on 7. We had a chance to win it right there, and I know it's a hole you eagled.
It's the
All right,
hole
and
that I eagled.
let's wrap
I
this thing
literally
up.
was hoping he was going to
Let's
say
wrap this
7.
thing up.
Chain it
It's
out.
been a few shows since I talked
Chain it
about
out.
my hole out on 7. So you don't need to know how to putt if you're just chipping from the fairway. All right, for Joe and Matt, like I said, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you right back here next Monday.